Hello, this is Steve from La Habra Music Center, and today we're going to, actually this evening, we're going to have an evening with the Peavey rep, Jerry Klein.
Hello.
And we're going to share some stories, right?
Sure.
Share stories about Peavey. We're going to learn about the company and the products that they make, and just try to cover some interesting things. But before we do that, I want to do a little short commercial. We are celebrating International Guitar Month all this month, and this is one of the events that we've had. We're going to finish up this month on this Saturday. We're having a food drive where you bring in 4 cans of food, and we will restring your guitar for free. This is an opportunity for us to reach out and help people that need a little bit of help. This is where musicians can change the world, and this is going to be at both our stores in La Habra and in Corona from noon to 3. So if you bring 4 cans or more, we will restring your guitar for free on that day, this Saturday, and I believe that is the 29th. Yes, the 29th. And that will finish up our International Guitar Month. But this evening, we're going to talk about Peavey and all the great products that they make. Also, one last thing, we're going to be raffling off a Peavey amp, and what you need to do is just come down, fill out one of our little registration forms, drop it in the box all the way through Saturday, and we'll be pulling that on May the 1st, and we'll announce that on our YouTube channel, so you'll be able to see who actually won. And also we have a pick contest. We'll explain that when you come on in. So right now I'm going to turn it on over to Jerry, and he's going to tell us a little about Peavey and just inform us.
All right.
Okay?
Let's do it.
Stand.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
Thank you, La Habra. Whoops. Okay, my name's Jerry Klein. I'm the Southern California District Manager for Peavey. Is this thing? Peavey Electronics. And I wanted to start just by talking about Peavey a little bit and the history of Peavey. The Peavey name comes from Hartley Peavey, who was the founder and still owner, still family owned. He still comes in every day. Started out at his dad's music store in Meridian, Mississippi, and decided he was very good with electronics and built his first guitar amplifier back in 1957. Created his logo in 1959. His first patent came a few years after that. And it just grew and grew and grew. Became a great company. Now he's got over 150 patents, many, many, many thousands of products. Started with guitars and guitar amps. Now they have PAs. This new speaker here, the RBN 112, which has ribbon technology, which is really high end. And then through the history, they've been around for 52 years now, and Peavey just has a great history. Good quality at a great price, and they're continuing with that now. So today, I just wanted to talk about some of their guitar amps, kind of their family of guitar amps, and how that's progressed. One of the first amps he developed was the Classic series, which is an all-tube amp, vintage sound, very sweet, very warm. I mean, from the classic rock guys to the jazz guys to blues, everyone just loves that amp. Right here I have the Classic 50 micro head, mini head. And this one right here, playing through a 112 cabinet. All our cabinets now have Celestion speakers. Channel switching, very clean. That's a 50-watt head. And it sells for $4.99. And there's various speaker combinations. You can get a 212 or a 112 cabinet. There's also the classic 112, Classic 30 112. which was one of the first amps he made. It's still a very popular amp. Definitely pros use this. There's also a 5212 version, a 5410 version, and also the Delta Blues that's kind of hiding back there. A step up from that, those are the classics, the basic vintage tube type amps. Next, solid state amps, but designed to emulate the tube sound. And there's a series of those. We just have one here, the Rage 258. If you want, I could plug into that real quick. The popular ones in that series are the Rage, the Bandit, the Backstage. They have a whole line from 7 watts up to 100 watts. Still has that very warm sustain and tube-like sound that's an all solid-state amp. That's called trans-tube technology. It's something that Hartley Peavey developed, the engineers. Like I said, they have many patents and always working on new things. Next up from that, they have a modeling series, a modeling amp called the Viper series. There's the VIP 1, 2, and 3, and that stands for Variable Instrument Performance.
What exactly is the modeling mean? What is it?
Well, modeling is you're simulating or you're emulating other amplifiers. Like you can get the sound of a Marshall, you can get the sound of a Buddha, whatever, and they're all in there. And of course, all the different Peavey amplifiers are in there also. So if you want to have a 6505 or a Triple X or Classic, so you've got all the.
Right.
Rather
So
than
these are not. This is not a tube amplifier.
No, this is solid state amp.
And it's not like the trans tube.
No, it's solid state, like the trans tube, which is solid state, but the next level. It uses high-end Shark processors that
So it's more
develop
like a
these
computer.
sounds. Exactly. Very much more designed like a computer to be able to emulate these different amps. It's like having one amp that could sound like, 20 different amps. Also has effects built in, and different instrument models in there. So you could go to acoustic guitar, you can go to bass. So I was saying variable instrument performance means that it can work for electric guitar, it could work for bass guitar, or it could work for acoustic guitar. So you have one amp that you could plug in and use for all these different instruments. Also has USB out for recording, so it's very handy in the house if you're both a bass player or an acoustic guitar player, or electric, obviously. Works for all of those. If you want, I could play through that.
Yeah, this particular series, that is really 3 amplifiers in one.
Exactly.
It's a bass amp, it's a guitar amp,
Exactly.
and it's an acoustic guitar amp. Correct?
Exactly. Exactly. And it has all the different models built in. Very easy to access. Each preset has 4. And then within those, you could.
Turn that up just a little bit more so the microphone can hear it.
That's a 6534 Peavey amp. Modeling that, and then you can try different effects. You can add different effects. That's a reverse effect.
A little 60s psychedelic, right?
Yeah. Here's some of the acoustic
So does it emulate an acoustic guitar also?
Yes,
So even if you don't have an acoustic,
correct.
you can make your electronic guitar sound like an acoustic guitar.
Right, that's where I'm at right now. So just It's also got bass models. That's kind of strange. So it's got Peavey and Trace Elliott bass models for those bass amplifiers. So whether you plug a bass in or acoustic guitar, or just go with your electric guitar, you're covered all the way around there.
So basically, well, 'cause this must be a very expensive amp then,
Not really.
because you
On
got all
the
those
Viper one.
effects.
And then it goes up to 199. The Viper one is 20 watts, an 8-inch speaker. The Viper 2 is 199 with a 12-inch speaker, 40 watts. The Viper 3, the big one, is 299 and 100 watts, and also has a 12-inch speaker.
So very economical.
Yeah. So you just get more power as you go up the line, and more models.
I noticed
more
that there
effects to
was
use.
pedals there. Something to
The
enhance
sand
that.
para pedal is a looper pedal that you could use with any of the amps, both for expression or volume control or wah-wah, or to control the looper, so you can create a loop and play along with it.
So you don't have to have these gigantic pedal boards. This pretty
No.
much does that.
No, that's pretty
Just
much
that little
it.
pedal plus the amplifier
Exactly.
and all the effects, and then you've got it all in a compact
You're good to go.
setup and ready
Mhm.
to go play, right? Or practice.
Exactly.
No, that's cool.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
So does Peavey just make guitar amps?
No, actually Peavey makes many different products. They make bass amps also, instruments, guitars and basses, bass amps, guitar amps, full-on sound reinforcement, PA speakers, power amps, mixers, microphones, just about anything you could ever want.
So keeping in our theme of International Guitar Month also includes bass. So we do have a bass amplifier to show?
Yeah, we have what do we have here? Yeah, we have a TKO 115.
Say that in the microphone.
Sorry, the TKO 115 is one of their popular combo amps. The TKO and TNT are both very popular. Do you want me to play through that?
Yeah, let's hear one of the bass
Let me
amps.
see. Yeah, Peavey's been doing, well, in the past they've done many dealer seminars, and they didn't do them for a few years, but Hartley decided to get back into that and get the dealer into their factory, into their headquarters in Meridian, Mississippi, and actually see everything firsthand. I'm sure it was a great experience. You get to meet the inside salespeople, the engineers, and they do a great training, just, PA 101. You get to play all the guitars and all that. So they're starting to do that with all the dealers throughout the country. In fact, they're doing one today.
We're doing one.
And we're doing one here. So anyhow, this is the TKO 115. It's a 400-watt bass combo with a 15-inch speaker. I'm not a bass player, but bass amp weighs 7 pounds. And same with the guitar amps, from the smallest practice type amp to the larger 100-watt, 200-watt amps.
Well, that's good. I think you gave us a pretty good example of what Peavey has
Thank
to
you.
offer, and I appreciate you coming.
No problem. Thank you
it was
for
good.
having me.
And I just want to remind everybody that, again, we're celebrating International Guitar Month, and this weekend we're having the food drive. Let's help the less fortunate, and we contribute that food to the local food bank, and you guys get free strings. We can have a good time, a little bit of a partying. Kyle will be here. Stevie, you can't see him, he's behind the counter, he'll be here. And also at our other store in Corona, that's Corona Music Center, they'll be doing the same thing this Saturday. So if you see this video or if you know somebody that lives out there, let them know, because that'll be going from 12 noon to 3. And we're going to be giving away a great one of the new Vipers. That one right there. All you got to do is come in and drop your name in our box that we've got, and we're more than happy to give you a chance to win. We'll be announcing it on May 1st. And we appreciate your time. That's Steve from La Habra Music, and I would like to say thanks for listening to us this evening.
Thank you very much. It also has a 7-band graphic EQ, 400 watts on this one, and there's a step up from this amp, the TNT, which is also a 15-inch combo. That's 600 watts. They also have separate bass heads. They just came out with the Mini Mega, which is 1,000 watts and weighs like 7 pounds, which is, nowadays the bass player is like light. Back in the old days, it was all big and heavy SVTs and all that. So the Mini Mega and the Mini Max, which is 500 watts, those are both out now and new. Those are separate heads. So we have many bass cabinets also, a 15-inch, single 15, dual 10, 410, single 12. And that's about, there's also the Max Combo series. You don't have any Maxes here, do you? Okay. There's a smaller Max Combo series also, that anywhere from a mini practice amp up to the 115 which is 300 watts and good for smaller gigs, things like that. Full line of basses from the Milestone, which is an entry-level bass, under $200, to Millennium, which is next up from there. You can get that in both passive or active. They brought back the Cirrus bass, which was a bass they developed. I'm not sure if they developed for Rudy Sarzo, but he used it for many years. So they brought that back, very popular bass. And the guitars, the Raptor guitar is a great under $199 electric guitar. They have the JF1, which is a 335 type semi-hollow body that plays flawlessly. That's under $500. So a great selection of guitars, basses, guitar amps, bass amps.
So, I guess what I see and have known for many years is that Peavey concentrates on their guitar amplifiers and of course their PA, which they have lots of PA, but they haven't forgot about the bass player. They've got such a wide variety
absolutely.
Of amplifiers and things that you can get.
Absolutely.
Because many companies just have 1 or 2 bass amps, and you probably have 15 or 20.
Yeah. There's a wide variety,
and
like I said.
You can always check those out at peavey.com, or you can come into the store.
Everything's on Peavey.com or at La Habra Music.
Yeah, we'll definitely have that here.
But yeah, everything, like I said, from the smallest, 10, 20 watt practice amp to a 1,000 watt bass head that weighs 7 pounds. And same with the guitar amps, from the smallest practice type amp to the larger 100 watt, 200 watt amps.
Well, that's good. I think you gave us a pretty good example of what Peavey has to offer, and I appreciate you coming.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And I just want to remind everybody that, again, we're celebrating International Guitar Month, and this weekend we're having the food drive. Let's help the less fortunate, and we contribute that food to the local food bank, and you guys get free strings. We can have a good time, a little bit of a partying. Kyle will be here. Stevie, you can't see him, he's behind the counter, he'll be here. And also at our other store in Corona, that's Corona Music Center, they'll be doing the same thing this Saturday. So if you see this video, or if you know somebody that lives out there, let them know, because that'll be going from 12 noon to 3. And we're going to be giving away a great one of the new Vipers. That one right there. All you got to do is come in and drop your name in our box that we've got, and we're more than happy to give you a chance to win. We'll be announcing it on May 1st. And we appreciate your time. That's Steve from La Habra Music, and I would like to say thanks for listening to us this evening.
Thank you very much.